basically my argument is this, okay? My argument is that if Jesus and his early righteous companions or disciples and the Bible clearly teach the doctrine of the Trinity, then we should expect to find Trinitarians or early Trinitarian beliefs within early Christianity. Would you agree with that first premise?
No, actually, I don't.
You don't?
My stance is that the Trinity functions as a genus rather than a single species. The Trinity is not prisoner to later Niceno-Constantinopolitan grammar. I will not be arguing from any creed whatsoever in this debate.
Where do we see biblical passages teaching the concept of consubstantiality?
Well, first, the way I want to answer that is my position that I'm defending, which I'm going to be sticking to throughout this entire cross-ex, does not depend on later philosophical frameworks surrounding consubstantiality. So it has nothing to do with my position.
Is consubstantiality a false doctrine?
That's red herring. Outside of this discussion, if we were having a discussion about is consubstantiality true, I might answer differently. But for this discussion, has nothing to do with the position I hold.
Again, I'm not as concerned about your position. I'm concerned about the Trinity. And the Trinity requires consubstantiality. I don't see that in the Bible. Do you?
The way that I would answer that is the Trinity is a genus, not a species. So it's not identical to the Niceno-Constantinopolitan understanding. My understanding of the Trinity has its roots in the same roots that the Niceno-Constantinopolitan Trinity does, with is in a Second Temple theological idiom like that Paul expressed in the New Testament. And that's the position I'm defending. And that's the position I'm holding to, which has nothing to do with those later philosophical frameworks.
Right. So do we see anywhere in the Bible teaching the hypostatic union?
Again, my position has nothing to do with that.
Okay. Do we see any concept of one essence being shared with the Father, Son, and Spirit in the Bible?
Again, my position does not rely on essence talk, substance talk, consubstantiality talk, hypostasis talk, none of that. This is about the Trinity, and so I'm going to stick to the Trinity I'm defending.
Okay. Do you believe that the Trinity, or do you believe that the Bible teaches that the Trinity is timeless?
Again, this is going to be the same answer. When you say the Trinity, I don't agree with that framing. I don't believe that there is the Trinity. The Trinity has to be indexed and contextualized to the theological setting and time frame of a particular person. If I'm going with Paul, which I am for this debate, right? Debates about timelessness, et cetera, and so forth is not in the scope of the relational epistemology Paul is expressing in his language in the New Testament between the Jews and the God of Israel.